up, guys? So today on the channel, I want to talk about Steven Soderbergh's Erin Brokovich. I am a big fan of this film, and I was just looking for an excuse to talk about it. And then I discovered it actually turned 20 years old this year. So I'm like, that's a good enough reason as any to talk about it. 2 decades have passed since Julia Roberts stepped into the stilettos and push-up bra of real-life Erin Brokovich, and this movie still holds up so well. Erin Brokovich tells the true-life story of a feisty single mother of 3, Erin, played in this film with gusto by Julia Roberts, a smart, capable, and yes, sexy mother of 3 whose brash demeanor and fierce wit land her a job as a legal assistant at a small law firm run by Ed Masry, who's played in this film by Albert Finney. Soon after, Erin discovers a large multi-billion-dollar corporation called Pacific Gas and Electric, or PG&E, contaminated the water of a small town called Hinkley with a toxic substance known as Chromium 6, which leads to all manner of medical afflictions affecting the town residents of Hinkley, from nosebleeds to asthma to tumors to cancer to birth defects. So Erin and Ed file a class action lawsuit against PG&E to get some compensation for the residents of Hinkley who were affected by this corporation's lies. Before we go any further, if you guys are enjoying the vid, please hit the thumbs up button. If you guys want more movie and TV content, don't forget to click subscribe, and be sure to let me know what you thought of Erin Brokovich in the comment section down below. I always find Erin Brokovich to be a very satisfying watch. The brilliance of this movie is how layered it is. Like Erin Brokovich herself, appearances can be deceiving. From the trailer, this looks like a glossy, dramatic comedy with a feisty female lead who's dropping F-bombs on the regular and wears provocative outfits. But like Erin Brokovich herself, once you get past the boob tubes, short skirts, and foul language, you see that this film has a brain. It's packaged as something fun and sexy, but it's hiding a whole lot of substance. Susanna Grant did a tremendous job of writing a screenplay which works on so many different levels. It's a drama, it's a comedy, it's a romance. It's also a puzzler with the investigation into PG&E, and it's got this whole David and Goliath narrative of this small firm taking on this giant corporation. You can also view it as a modern day fairy tale, because you've got this whole rags to riches story of an everyday woman fighting the big fight for the downtrodden townspeople with nothing but her wits, moxie, and she does it with a baby on her hip. You go, girl. Soderbergh marries all of Grant's thematic ideas beautifully into an engaging social justice drama. While it's more flashy than, say, the work of Ken Loach, Soderbergh keeps the film grounded in realism. He shot on location in Hinkley, adjacent to the PG&E power plant for authenticity. The actors playing the residents of Hinkley are remarkably everyday. The scenery in Hinkley is often scorched and bleak, almost barren, which is very fitting, and one of the frequently mentioned side effects of chromium poisoning is hysterectomies. But despite its serious subject matter, the film manages to maintain a brazen sense of humor throughout. The pairing of Julia Roberts and Albert Finney providing most of the levity. Him being the calm, seasoned professional, and she being the fiery wild card. Their stark contrast is what makes them such a great on-screen pairing, because they're total opposites and they bounce off each other really well. They have a very endearing relationship, which is just as rewarding as the ongoing legal battle with PG&E. It's actually a far more interesting and compelling character pairing than, say, Julia Roberts and Aaron Eckhart, who plays a romantic interest, George. I obviously can't talk about Erin Brokovich without praising Julia Roberts' Oscar-winning performance. This was such a juicy role because of just how inspiring the real-life Erin Brokovich's story was, and what resonates with audience members is how normal she appears to be. She's just this everyday woman. She's ordinary, but at the same time, extraordinary. It's a role which capitalized on her skill of sharp comedic timing, and she also got to show off her emotional range from compassionate to erratic. She gets so many passionate, Oscar clip moments which are loaded with shady and hilarious put-downs.
That's all you got, lady. 2 wrong feet in fucking ugly shoes.
And she's such a refreshing protagonist, proving that you can be a total bitch and still have the audience root for you. It's a shame I can't actually think of many bitchy but sympathetic female protagonists that came after Erin Brokovich. I was gonna say Pangria in Jackie Brown, but that came before. And that's just a little bit sad. If you guys can think of any, let me know in that comment section down below. My only criticism of Erin Brokovich is something that I already touched upon, and that is that the romance subplot between Erin and her biker beau George, played brilliantly by Aaron Eckhart, kind of slows down the momentum of the film in places. I enjoyed the chemistry between the two actors, but it does bog the film down slightly. Because it's just not as interesting as watching Erin verbally take down some stuffy lawyers or using her feminine mystique to acquire some incriminating documents. That's just a very minor nitpick, because I really love this film. So let's ask them 3 questions. Firstly, would I watch this again? Well, this was a rewatch. Probably the 5th time I've seen this film, so yes. Question 2, do I recommend it for you? Oh, absolutely. Even 20 years on, this film still holds up. It's got a star vehicle performance from Julia Roberts, a fantastic roster of well-written supporting characters. It's accessible but smart, crowd-pleasing as well as critically regarded, funny and touching, and it's just great entertainment. If you haven't seen it, watch it. I highly recommend it. And final question, what score do I give it out of 10? The romantic subplot bogs the film down slightly, but this is still one of Steven Soderbergh's best, so I'm going to give Erin Brokovich a score of 9.5 out of 10. But as always, guys, it's just one bloke's opinion. I want to hear from you guys. What do you guys think of Erin Brokovich? From Julia Roberts' performances to your favourite lines, whatever you have to say, let me know in that comment section down below. If you guys want to follow me on social media, Twitter, Instagram, or Letterboxd, there's links in the video description. If you want more movie and TV content like this, don't forget to click subscribe, and if you have enjoyed this video, please help my channel to grow by hitting that thumbs up button. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. For more things related to movies, TV, and popcorn culture, I'm Luke Airfield, and I'll see you next time.